Okay, we're on number 8. I'm going to do the whiteboard to do it. It says solve the system, and we're going to solve it. All right, let's take a look. And let's write down what they've given me over here. They've given me a couple facts. They tell me that x squared plus 4xy is equal to 13. And they wanted to say that 2xy plus 9y squared is equal to 87. And there's a variety of things you could do. I'm looking at this wondering what to do, and I'm thinking that maybe the first equation looks pretty easy to solve for y. So I'm going to write that down. 4xy is equal to 13 minus x squared. I'm trying to use a technique called substitution, by the way. And then y would equal 13 minus x squared over 4x. Then what I would do is I'd plug this into this equation over here, and hopefully it's going to get easy. Let's write this down. 2x times y. What's y? It's 13 minus x squared over 4x plus 9 y squared, and y is 13 minus x squared over 4x. Looks pretty nasty, doesn't it? So I'm going to try to simplify that. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to do some reductions maybe. And let's multiply this out. So the first term, I'm actually getting 26 minus 2x squared over 4. You know what? I could even do a further reduction here. Let me do that. I didn't see that initially. And let me point out what I mean by that. That 2x, 4x, provided x isn't 0. I don't think x could be 0 in this problem. But let's take a look at it. You get something pretty simple. You get 13 minus x squared over 2. Let's go to the next guy, which is more difficult for me. And let's write this down. 16 x squared. You get 9. 169. Yep, it's more difficult. Minus 26 x squared plus x4. I am going to multiply both sides by 16x squared. And what do you get? 8x squared, 13 minus x squared, plus 9, 169, minus 26x squared, plus x4, equals 16 times 87x squared. Wow, looks a lot of work, isn't it? Let's take a look at this. And I guess I got to do some multiplications here, don't I? Let's see, 8 times 13, 80, and 24, 104, x squared, minus 8x4, plus, I got to do this over here, so 900, 9 times 60 is 540, and 9 times 9 is 81. You get 1. Let's see, 8 and 4 is 12, and you can get 15, 1521. I get to do 9 times 26 now. That's 54. 18, 23, minus 234, plus 9x4. I'm going to hold off on the 16 times 87. And I'm going to take a look at this. And let's do the fourth powers first. What do I get there? I get x4. Well, that's convenient. By the way, I see the 1521. I notice it's a fourth degree polynomial now. I have to take care of the squares now. All right, let me get my eraser out. And yeah, it's like the arithmetic for a lot of students is tedious. It's tedious for me too, by the way. You might say, why don't you use a calculator? A lot of schools don't allow use of calculators. My school, for example, doesn't use a calculator. It hurts a lot of students, by the way. So let's see, I'm going to do 234 minus 104. What do you get there? 0, 3, 130. And that's going to be minus 130 x squared. And now I got to do minus 16 times 87. That's 870, because 10 times 87 is 870. And then I got, let's see what you get there. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8, 48, 52. 2, 9, and 13. Well, more work to do. These are big numbers, right? Let's see, write this down. 1392 and 130. 2, 9 and 3 is 12. 5, oh, look at that. Boy, that's a nice number. I'll tell you why. I'm looking at the 1521, and I'm no longer worried about those big numbers anymore. I'm seeing this as x squared, 1521, and 1, minus minus. That works out beautifully. So x equals plus or minus 1, and x equals plus or minus the square root of 1521. And I'm wondering, do I know the square root of 1521? I'm going to say it's somewhere around 40. Let me try this. Not 40, though. Let me try 39. And 9 times 9 is 81. 27 and 8, 35. Let's see, 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 3 is 9, 10, 11. 1, and that's going to give you 12. 3, 5, oh, look at that. Look at that. X equals plus or minus 1. X equals plus or minus 39. All right, things are working out okay. And the question is, what do you got to do? You got to get the points of intersection. And I got to go back and think about what I have over here and how I'm going to do that. And I'm going to take this equation because I think it's the easiest one to deal with, by the way. So I'm going to say I've got 1, but I've also got minus 1. I want to figure out the y, by the way. I also have 39. I also have minus 39. Now, I'm going for the low-hanging fruit first, the 1. And what do you get? You get 1 plus 4y is equal to 13. I would take 1 from both sides as 12, and 4 into 12 is 3 times. Let me try the minus 1. You get 1 minus 4y is equal to 13. And then I would take, 1 from sides, get 12, and divide by minus 4, I would get minus 3. These are 2 points of intersections, by the way. Let's do the 39. And kind of painful, isn't it? But I don't think I need to do the squaring again. I'll tell you why. I know that when you square 39, you get 1521. Put that down, 1521. And then I'm going to say plus, I'm doing 39 first, by the way. 3 times 39, let's see, 160 minus 4, 154. 154y is equal to 13. Kind of nasty, though, isn't it? Again, 4 times 39, let's see, 120 and 36. I made a mistake there. I'm glad I'm going to check myself as I go along. Let me just try it again. 4 times 39, 120 and 36, 156. All right, let's do this now. It's going to be 156, y, and I'm taking 1521, taking 13 from it, and it's going to give you 1508, and so it's a negative number. Y equals minus 1508 over 156. I'm going to divide by 2. let's see, 78, 750, 754. Let me keep dividing. And I'm looking at that, divide by 2 again. That's going to be 35, 39. And 754 divided by 2. $377. I think I might have made a mistake somewhere. $750. $39. Let's try this though. Let's try divide by 13. And what do you get there? I'm going to say not 3, but 2. That would give you 26. Gives you 11. And it looks like 9. 90 and 27. Yeah, 29. So I forgot where I was. Minus 29 thirds. All right, certainly I don't want to keep boring you with details, but this would be 29 thirds over here. I just did the computation, just the sign would change. And let's see, I think I did all 4 points of intersection, by the way. Now, certainly if you want to look back over my notes, I do provide a graph of this. And sometimes, why do you provide a graph? Sometimes I'm not sure of what I've done. And I always say, sometimes I get confused by what I've done. I lose track of what I've done. But I actually graph out, both, and I make sure I get these points of intersection. And I did get those points of intersection. So they're good. Thank you.